had a panic attack about aliens not long ago.
Why?
So I was scrolling on TikTok and as this video came up about this AI, this fucking AI again. This AI,
Big Bob.
yeah, that predicts future events. And this AI bot had predicted 9/11. It had predicted tsunamis.
Was AI around at 9/11?
This bot was from like the 90s. I don't know.
Is that
the ins and
fact,
outs.
right?
It is. It's fact. Yeah. I'll find it and I'll show you. It's fact. So it's literally predicted all this shit. It's also predicted shit that hasn't come true as well. But basically, this bot said that Donald Trump would become president. This is predictions from years and years ago. So they predicted that Donald Trump would become president again. And if he went on the Joe Rogan podcast, this is so specific, but if he went on the Joe Rogan podcast and became president, it would basically trigger the end of the world. And on this date, what was the date? The 12th of December. The 12th of December, aliens were going to come and visit and there was going to be a war in the sky. And that is what would trigger the whole like apocalyptic thing.
And it didn't happen.
It didn't happen, but I seen that about 4 weeks before that date and I literally had a panic attack. I was crying. I was a mess, wasn't I? I was I totally lost my shit. I was a mess. I was planning for that day. I was like, the kids are at school on that day, so I can't send them to school that day. They need to stay at home with me. We need to make sure we've got food in the house for that day. Like,
because aliens are going to fight in the sky.
And I was an absolute
You're
wreck.
not okay, Kim.
No, I know I'm not okay. I fucking know. I'm on medication, dude. But that's how bad my anxiety is. I now cannot look at conspiracy shit online because if I see something like that, my brain cannot handle it. I will literally lose my shit and it will ruin me for months.
Really?
I still think about that now. I still think, what if they come?
But then you believe in ghosts and ghouls and aliens?
Yeah. I'm not scared of ghosts at all.
No, I'm not saying you should be because they're not real.
Dude, I see them all the time.
You don't.
I do.
You don't. Your head and brain see them, but you don't see them because they're not real.
So when I had psychosis, this is going to sound mad, right?
No, it's not, but that's your brain. That's your mental capacity.
Yeah, but this is why it's going to sound mad. So when I had psychosis, I seen shit that obviously wasn't there. But to me,
hallucinations.
To me, it was there. And
I appreciate that.
Other people that have psychosis also see the same shit. So to me, how do you know that their brain hasn't tapped into this other side of the universe that can see the real shit?
No.
How do you know? How do you know that when I had psychosis, I wasn't truly well?
It's when somebody's poorly mentally. And that's not like me taking the fun out of it, because mental health is a very serious thing. And obviously, when you have major things happen to you and stresses, and it will trigger things in your head which aren't normal.
It's so easy for someone to say that the stuff that I seen while in psychosis wasn't real, but
to you it was, because it was in your head.
Exactly, it was
and
real.
I get it. I get that.
And
I understand that.
And I really find it really hard to say to myself that wasn't real because it fucking was.
I've hallucinated once in my life, and it was when I had meningitis. Fucking nearly died. And I was hallucinating horrendously, and I remember it prominently like it was 2 minutes ago. I remember every single detail.
It's not just you see it, you see it, you smell it, you taste
everything.
it, you feel it, everything.
I remember it, but it's not real. And I know it's not real. I truly know it's not real.
How do you know?
But I remember every single fucking minute detail of when I was hallucinating. But it's because I was poorly.
Is that because that's what we've been told to think, though? This is how my brain works. I sit there and go, was I unwell or was I seeing the real?
I get that, but you've got to think how powerful your brain is and how clever your brain is and how manipulative our brains and our minds can be. Think how bright some people are. Think how strong our minds can be. We can believe anything we want to if we put our mind to it. Anything in the whole entire, anything. You could say something so far-fetched, but you could believe it because it's so prominent in your mind. I believe that the mind fucks with us massively.
It's weird, though.
It's horrible.
It's the fact that people in psychosis see the same stuff, so people will draw the same images.
Yeah.
That's insane to me.
It's fucked, I agree, but people who have psychosis are poorly mentally, aren't they? They're very poorly mentally.
It's just weird.
It's like, it's either from trauma, isn't it? I believe.
Mine was postnatal psychosis.
Wrong, but it's either trauma or something like a very big event that's happened in your life that obviously impacted you. It makes sense why people become psychotic or mentally ill or poorly in some respects. But your mind's fucked. Like, not yours, but I mean, like,
oh no,
anyone's mind is
fucked.
fucked. Like, people will think all sorts of things that they'll never admit to anybody else ever living while they're breathing on this earth. And everybody's had those weird thoughts. Everybody's had those thoughts that they will never even repeat to anybody in their whole entire life. Everyone. Because your mind's fucking mad.
Yeah, it's insane.
Everyone's mind is mad.